Whilst using bitmaps in an Unreal material is definitely more computationally expensive than making use of something like, say, a substance file, it may well be that we either don't have access to or don't have the know-how to be able to make use of an application like Substance Designer. If this is the case, then what could we say about the advantages of having to use bitmaps in a real-time texturing workflow? Well, one is the fact that if we are using Unreal's native material editor, we can also make use of a texture sample node. This letting us select any bitmap that has been imported into our Unreal project and use it for material creation, whether that be in the base color, roughness, or even normal map channels. Here then, I have opened up the master leather material that can be found inside the materials and leather folders of the U project, so that we can consider how it is that the texture sample node brings any advantage. Well, once the texture sample and input map have been added, we can then expose the sample node as a parameter, giving us the ability to quickly swap out the input bitmap that is being used, and so, by extension, make the material or texture look completely different with very little effort on our part. If we then use this functionality in conjunction with Material Children, something that we will look at later on, then we have a very quick and easy way to create not only texture variations, but also completely different looking textures than the original, all with very little extra overhead to tax the engine. Perhaps the biggest advantage to using bitmaps in Unreal material creation, though, is the fact that we are limited in terms of detail and design only by what we can either photograph or gather together. So long as we have the means to make these input images tileable and to create normal maps from them, then we really do have a vast array of textures and materials at our fingertips, ready and waiting to be used. Bitmaps can also, of course, be easily turned into grayscale maps that can then act as roughness breakup maps, masks for dirt and or other patterns, and so on. For instance, we can easily take some photos of dirt, some grass, and let's say a rock face, crunch the levels on our rock bitmap down, and then use that as a mask to create a detailed blend between the grass and dirt textures. We can even hand paint or augment such masks if we have an application such as Photoshop or Corel Painter at our disposal. Again, there is no right or wrong way to approach the material creation process for a real-time level. All we need to do is think carefully about how we are going to get the end result that we need, and then set about using the tools at our disposal to achieve that. Believe me when I say that plenty of good quality material work has been done using just bitmaps created from photographic material.